Okay, today we're diving into a really powerful concept, personalization. We're going to explore how moving away from that old one-size-fits-all approach to one that's truly individual isn't just a nice little extra anymore. No, in today's world, it's absolutely crucial for building brand loyalty and actually growing. So let me just start with this question. Think about your own inbox for a second. How many marketing emails feel like they were written specifically for you versus how many feel like they're just shouting into a void? That space, that gap between being spoken to and being shouted at, that's exactly what personalization is all about fixing. All right, first things first, let's really nail down what personalization means because honestly, the term gets thrown around a lot and it's often misunderstood. True effective personalization goes way, way beyond just plugging someone's first name into an email. Let's get into what it really is. So here's the core of it. It's the strategy of shaping your marketing to fit what an individual person actually needs and prefers. But the real goal here isn't just to make a sale. It's to create that moment where a customer thinks, wow, this brand, they actually get me. That feeling of being seen, that's what builds loyalty that lasts. This chart just lays it out so clearly. On the left, you've got the megaphone approach. You're just blasting one message to everybody, hoping something sticks. But on the right, you have the handshake. It's a direct, one-on-one conversation. And that shift from broadcasting to conversing is what turns low-relevance noise into something people actually find valuable. All right, that all sounds great, right? But how do you actually do it? How do you build the engine that's going to power all these amazing personalized experiences? Let's take a look under the hood. So, what's the fuel for this engine? Well, it all comes down to one thing: customer data. Every single personalized touchpoint, from a product recommendation to a special offer, it's all built on a real understanding of how your customers behave and what they like. Without good, clean data, you're not personalizing, you're just guessing. So, how do you take all that raw data and turn it into something you can actually use? It's basically a two-step process. First, you collect it, every click, every purchase, every interaction. Then comes the really important part, segmentation. This is where you organize all that info into meaningful groups. You're turning a faceless crowd into distinct audiences that you can actually have a real conversation with. So our data engine is built, our audience is segmented. Now it's time to put it all into action. Let's see how this actually plays out across different marketing channels, because making it consistent everywhere is absolutely key. Email is kind of the classic playground for personalization. So instead of that generic newsletter, you can use dynamic content to show a customer the exact pair of shoes they were just looking at. Or you could send an automatic email with a special offer for an item they left in their shopping cart. It's all about making it feel immediately relevant to them as an individual. And your website can become this dynamic personal space too. It stops being just a static brochure and starts adapting to every single visitor. Imagine a homepage that shows you recommendations based on what you bought last time, or a landing page that perfectly matches the ad you just clicked on. The website literally transforms for each person. And of course, this extends to social media in a huge way. I mean, sure, it's about running really targeted ads, but it's also so much more than that. It's a two-way street. It's about engaging in those one-on-one conversations and using social listening to really understand how people feel. This is where you move beyond just selling and start building a real community. Okay, so we've covered the what, the why, and the how. But here's the thing about personalization. It's not a static strategy. The last, and maybe most important piece of the puzzle is that you have to constantly evolve and optimize to be smarter, faster, and better. And this is where technology like AI becomes a complete game changer. A person can look at what someone did in the past, but an AI algorithm, it can analyze massive amounts of data to predict what they're going to do in the future. This is how you leap from being reactive to being proactive. You start anticipating what your customers need at a scale that was just impossible before. That predictive power is what leads us to the real cutting edge, real-time personalization. This isn't about what a customer did last week. It's about adapting your message right now in the middle of their browsing session. Imagine a banner on your site that changes to offer free shipping the second a customer's cart hits a certain amount. You're tailoring the experience on the fly. And the impact is just undeniable. As you can see here, real-time personalization makes both timeliness and relevance just skyrocket. An offer that shows up moments after you've shown interest is infinitely more powerful than one that lands in your email a week later. That immediate connection is what really drives conversions.
And this brings us to such a critical point. Personalization is never done. It's a continuous feedback loop. You measure your results, you analyze the data to see what it's telling you, you adapt your strategy based on those insights, and then you repeat the whole cycle. It's not a project with an end date. It's a constant process of learning and getting better.
And that is the key takeaway, right there. Personalization isn't just another task to check off your list. It's a fundamental commitment to an ongoing journey, the journey of deeply understanding your audience and adapting right along with them as their needs evolve. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Your customers are not static. Their needs, their preferences, their behaviors, they're always changing. The real question is your marketing evolving right along with them?